Hi, my name is Kaylee Ingram and I work with Food for Hope. Food for Hope is essential to our community because we have populations of lower income residents, lower income families whose children attend our local schools, and these children are often on the free and reduced lunch, and when they go home for the weekends, they don't necessarily have the resources at home to continue receiving nutritious meals. And Food for Hope is so passionate about providing those meals because food is so simple. It's something a lot of us never have to think about, but there are families in our community that are struggling to feed their children. And at Food for Hope, we are so passionate about filling that need because it's so important. Children are a population who are vulnerable because they are completely dependent, whether that be on their parents when they're at home or the school supplies when they're at school. And so when they go home for the weekend, Food for Hope is so overjoyed to be able to continue fulfilling a need that is there. But in addition to our school ministries, we have a ministry called Feed 5,000, which is a Thanksgiving ministry. And pre-COVID, we used to take all our resources down to lower income areas. We would have a church service, we would meet families, and then we would hand out Thanksgiving meals. And a few years ago, when I was serving at Feed 5,000, I met this woman, and before we give the meals out, we ask residents how we can pray for them. And this woman came up to me and we talked for a little, and I asked her how I could be praying for her. And she told me that a couple weeks ago she had lost her son to malnutrition. And a couple days prior to meeting me, she had lost her daughter of the same illness. She and I cried together and we prayed together, and she received a meal, but she is the exact reason that Food for Hope is so passionate about reaching people who are in vulnerable positions, whether that be children who are dependent or whether that be lower income residents in downtown Denver or our friends experiencing homelessness in downtown Denver. Food for Hope is so passionate about reaching people who are forgotten, people who are unnoticed. So your donations would mean so much to Food for Hope because they would allow us to continue in our mission to reach those who have been pushed aside, maybe those who have been in a vulnerable place where they have to receive our meals. Your donations would allow us to continue feeding the hungry, feeding those who have been so poverty-stricken that hunger is a constant thing in their lives.